Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers. I am down in East Grinstead today, which is where the big Scientology centre is. I didn't know that until I came here. I'm down here for the first race in the Mid Sussex Marathon weekend series. So it's not actually a marathon, it's 3 races over 3 days that total 26 miles, with 2 10-milers and 1 10k on Monday, and they're all around the Mid Sussex area, as you probably guess. So I've done a couple of these before, a couple of years ago. I've never done the whole thing, so I've not done this East Grinstead one before. And the tricky thing about these races is that they are multi-terrain, so it's quite hard to gauge what shoes to wear. And I definitely remember the Burgess Hill one, which is the Monday one, being really tough because it's just across fields. So a bit of a tough one for choosing shoes, but what I'm going to be doing in this video is picking 3 shoes for each of the events and going through each of those shoes and how they fared. So the one I've gone for today is the Diadora Gara Carbon 2, and the reason for that is one, I'm not overly bothered about scuffing it a bit if it's a tough course, but I believe the course today is largely on fairly comfortable tracks and trails, so I don't think there's going to be too much mud. It's been very dry recently here, so I think I should be all right with these shoes. I want to go out and do it comfortably. If I want to do it really fast, I probably wouldn't have chosen these shoes. So my aim today is just to enjoy it really. Over the next, doing 3 races over 3 days, you can't really go out on all of them. I did do Manchester Marathon last Sunday, which didn't go particularly well, and I'd done 1 run this week, which was just a little jog, and I realised that my legs are not in a great place. So I'm going to take it easy today, just enjoy it. It's the sunniest day, so it's going to be quite hot. And then tomorrow, the Haywards Heath one, I think I'm going to go out a bit harder. I'm not sure what shoe I'm going to wear for that, but I remember doing that one a couple of years ago, and I think I did wear a carbon race shoe, and I did a fairly good time at it. So yeah, I'm going to head to the start line now and get this 10-miler done. Speak to you in a bit. Was the first event done from the Mid Sussex Marathon weekend. It was a pretty tough one actually. That was the one of the 3 events that I didn't know anything about, and luckily because it's been really dry recently, it was mainly across, it was basically a trail run, but it was really dry, so I took out the Gara Carbon 2s. Bit of a gamble. I didn't really want to wear trail shoes. I didn't know if I was going to go fast or not. It was quite hilly. There's about 200 meters of elevation, so because there's 3 events, you have to be a bit strategic with it. You can't go all out on every single one of them, and I decided that this one, because it was a bit hilly and mainly trail, I just jogged this one. Just took it easily, and it was quite tough anyway, even though I was just jogging, because it was quite hilly. The shoes were absolutely fine. There was quite a few sections on that one that were across fields, and it was really bumpy, so I had to be quite careful on some of those sections, so the shoe wasn't perfect for those. I had to watch where I was running in the shoe, but it was absolutely fine. I'm not going to go too much into the Gara Carbon 2. We'll have a full review coming out soon of that, and I talked about it in the run test I did last week, and I said that it was okay, but not particularly great when you compare it with some of the other carbon shoes out there. The race, I really like the race. It's really well organised. It's done by Nice Work, and it goes across lots of trails and a little bit of road and stuff like that. So really enjoyed it. Really nice atmosphere, good crowd, and definitely not a PB race. It's essentially a trail race, so I wouldn't go there trying to get the full trying to get your fastest time in it. The weekend runs over the next 2 days as well. So tomorrow I've got the 10 mile at Haywards Heath, and then Monday I've got the Burgess Hill one. I've done both of those. I know exactly what those courses are like, and it makes choosing the shoes for those a bit easier. So I think tomorrow I'm going to go for a carbon plate shoe that I like, and I want to get a faster time in tomorrow's 10 mile race, because I took it a bit easy today. To be honest, my legs are a bit wrecked anyway still from the marathon last weekend, but yeah, I'm going to go for a carbon plate shoe tomorrow. I know that Monday is basically running across fields, so I'm just going to go trail on that and take that one easier. That's just down the road from my house as well, so that's nice and simple. Also got the first of the medals. So because it's 3 races that are combined to make the marathon weekend overall, they normally do quite cleverly designed medals. I'm not a massive fan of medals these days, but this is the first one. So basically the other 2 slide into this to make a big circle or sphere. So I'm actually quite looking forward to seeing how that works out over the next 2 days. So right, I am going to go and have a barbecue, and then I'll be getting ready for tomorrow's 10 mile race and choosing which shoes I'm going to go for. Right, back in a bit. Okay, day 2, and this is the Haywards Heath 10 mile, which is not very far from my house. So this one I've done before. Can't quite remember. I looked at my Strava yesterday, and it looks mainly on road, but there are some trail footpath sections. So as a result, I have gone for the Tracksmith Elliott Racer, because I haven't tested it on the race yet. We're going to do the full review soon, so I'm using that because it's got pretty good rubber on the outsole as well, so it's a pretty safe one if you're going to be hitting something lighter trails, I think. Probably going to get a bit harder today than I did yesterday. Depends how I feel. My legs are still a bit tired from the marathon and the race yesterday, but quite looking forward to this one. From the 3 races, I think this is the one that is probably the fastest. So yeah, I'm going to go to the start line now and bang out this 10 mile. Back in a bit. So that is race 2 done. That's the Haywards Heath 10 mile. Really enjoyed that. I didn't remember any of it from last time I did. I actually worked out it was 3 years ago that I did this race. It was meant to be cloudy and 13 degrees today. It feels a lot warmer. It's definitely hotter than I was expecting. The route's really nice. So it's 2 laps around Haywards Heath. It's mainly roads, but there's a few bits of trail in. It's really hilly, so it undulates quite a lot, and it's 2 laps. So by the time you get around that second lap, your legs are really noticing the impact of those that undulation. There's a couple of quite big hills in there as well. So it's not an easy 10 mile race. It's a really tricky one. I think my legs are still a bit tired from yesterday and the marathon, but I felt pretty good on that. I think I got about 1 hour 10 minutes for the 10 mile, which I'm pretty happy with. My PB on over 10 miles is 104 from a few years ago, and that was on the flat one, so I'm pretty happy with that actually, considering. The shoes that I tested were the Tracksmith Elite Racers. Very much enjoyed them. I definitely class them as a premium carbon plate shoe now. I definitely felt that they were fast to run in. I didn't feel like they gave me as much as some of the shoes that I really favour, like the CeeLo X1 version 2.0, or something like the Socket Endorphin Pro 3, things like that. The Alphafly one doesn't feel like it's doing loads like those shoes are. It just feels like a solid, comfortable, efficient race shoe, which is pretty. If you're looking at buying the Tracksmith Elite Racer and you're thinking maybe it's just a fashion shoe, it's not. It's a good shoe. It's just not one of the best carbon plate shoes out there. So it's not a bad shoe, and I did enjoy it for that race. It felt pretty nippy and definitely felt efficient to run in. So yeah, really pleased with that. Enjoyed that race. Definitely put a lot more effort than yesterday. And tomorrow is the Burgess Hill 10k, which is the one near my house, which is basically around field. So I am not racing that. I'm going to go very easy on that, and just enjoy it, so I can get the final bit of this sphere medal, which I'm quite looking forward to getting. Right, I'm going to head home now. Speak to you tomorrow. Okay, so it is Bank Holiday Monday. This is the third race in the Mid Sussex Marathon Weekend Series. This is the one that I've not been looking forward to at all. This is the Burgess Hill 10k. I've done this one before. It is basically 2 laps of some fields. It's quite undulating, it's quite hard, and it's not one for getting a fast time on. So this will get me my final medal, which I can turn into that fantastic little sphere. Today I am going to be wearing the Saucony Peregrine 15s. Absolutely love these shoes. It's largely, well, it's on fields today, so it's basically a trail race, and it can get a bit bumpy, probably be a little bit muddy. So yeah, Peregrine 15s are my top choice for this sort of race. Right, I'm going to head to the start line, get this 10k done. Not planning on a fast time in this at all. My legs are absolutely wrecked, but we'll see how it goes. Right, I'm going to head there and back in a bit. Okay, back now from Burgess Hill 10k, nipped to the brewery afterwards, so didn't have time to record a bit of information about the race. So this is definitely the hardest part of the 3 days. It's shorter one, 10k, but it is a really tough one of the races because it's 2 laps of a load of grassland and fields around Burgess Hill, and just in that 10k you get about 140 meters of elevation in it, but it's really tricky ground. So even though it's been really dry recently and the ground was completely dry, it was really bumpy, so you have to be careful on it when you're running, and I'm very careful when I run trails normally because I don't want to twist my ankle when I get back onto doing road stuff. So really enjoyed that 10k. Definitely pretty weak after the last 2 races, and I'd probably say it's my least favourite of the 3 events because it's not as exciting as the other ones, but it's a great community atmosphere, loads of runners there, really nice vibe to the event, and really well organised by the guys over at Nice Work as well. So all round, really enjoyed this event. The shoes that I wore were the Saucony Peregrine 15s. As I said at the start, really like these shoes. They're just solid all round trail shoes. They're great road to trail. There was a bit of road on the run today to get to the fields, and they just feel great, and they're really good on that sort of dry compact mud fields, that sort of thing. Really good on rock. I use these quite a lot when running around the trails around where I live, and they never let me down. They're really comfy, well worth getting if you're just looking for one pair of trail shoes and you want it to do lots of different things. It feels pretty nippy. It's not the fastest shoe around, but when it comes to trail shoes, they tend to be a bit heavier anyway, so this is just really solid all-round shoe that can't really go wrong with. I really like the Peregrine range, and the 15 is a fantastic update to the previous version, so very impressed with that. Right, so the overall review of the Mid Sussex Marathon Weekend, really enjoyed it. It basically takes up the whole of bank holiday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you have a race every day, so it's a bit of an investment. And you have to travel a little bit to get to, well, depending on where you live, at least one of them is going to be relatively far away to get to. So it's a bit of an investment for the weekend, and it does mean that you can't do loads of other stuff over the weekend as well. But it's classed as a bit of a challenge. So if you're looking for a nice challenge and you want to do quite a lot of distance over the course of 3 events, it's a really nice thing to do. I really like the atmosphere across all of it. Lots of people did all 3 of the events. It's a bit of a big deal around this area to go and take on the challenge. Loads of fast runners as well. It's a really big club event. There are loads and loads of club vests there, including my club Burgess Hill, who were involved in some of the marshalling on the race today. And then if you do all 3 of them, you get all 3 medals. And really impressed with this. The medals stick together and you get this like little circular design. It's quite nice. Not sure what to do with it or where to put it, but it's definitely a nice idea. It'd be nice to see maybe some big marathons do something like this, where you can get a special medal for doing all 3 events. So really impressed by the design of this one. It's probably my favourite part of the event, actually. You also get if you complete the marathon, the 3 races, you get a t-shirt as well, which has the Mid Sussex Marathon Weekend on it. So all in all, really enjoyed that event. If you're looking for a fun, interesting challenge, it's well worth doing. It's not too expensive to do all of the races as well, so it's a nice. If you live in the area, it's a nice thing to do. The weather massively affects it because it's mainly trail that can really change the event itself. So I spoke to some people who said that they'd done it a few years ago, and it was just everything was just really, really muddy. So on those ones, Haywards Heath one's the only one that's really a road race, but it does have some sections on it through trails and stuff. So even that's going to be a bit muddy. But the East Grinstead one and the Burgess Hill one, if it is really muddy, then you're going to notice that, and it's going to massively change the event for you, and you're going to really have to think about the shoes that you're wearing for it. But overall, great weekend, really enjoyed it. Glad I got my nice medal, and well worth looking at if you're looking for an interesting event and you live around the Sussex area. That's it from me on this race test of the Mid Sussex Marathon weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell. If you're going to catch me, find it to our podcast, which goes out a couple of times each month. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.